Good evening. Good evening. It is Dr. Renee and, of course, Dr. Kelly.
Hello.
And so this is week 17 of our COVID updates. 17. So today was announced. Was it today or yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday was announced that Atlanta has gone back to phase 1. That is unfortunate, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
So that means what? No bars, no restaurants open?
Nothing really. Back to square one, sheltering in place. And oh, you know what? See, I'm gonna do like Kelly. So Kelly is so smart. So there's my ticker. Everyone, please, we need the YouTube hours and minutes. So YouTube family, hi. Thank you for watching. Oh, LinkedIn is having some technical problems. Please start watch parties, share, all that fun stuff. My friends at LinkedIn, we will see if we can get you on in a second here. So then, of course, there is Texas. Now, Texas, what phase are they in? Did they go backwards to phase 1 or?
I don't think so. I know they mandated that in counties that had more than 20, I forget what number, that they had to wear a mask. And even in Atlanta, that's you have to wear a mask when you're out in public too.
Well, that's good. Because as Kelly had been telling us for weeks now, she's gone places and people didn't have masks on.
Yeah, yesterday I made the mistake of getting takeout from my favorite Mexican restaurant here. And I had to go pick it up from the bar. And literally, I felt like we weren't in a pandemic. Like I felt self-conscious having a mask on. There were folks at the bar drinking margaritas and laughing and having fun. And I'm like, it really still baffles my mind that some people still aren't taking this seriously.
Right. You know, I just saw in the news literally moments ago, this lady was on, I think she's a doctor or nurse at the hospital. And she said there was a patient that was at one of these COVID-19 parties. And moments before he died, he said, I think I made a big mistake. I thought this was all a hoax. I know it's not, but it was too late by then. And then there's also my lovely sister. She sent me a meme of a man who was just anti. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read it to you guys what it said. He was just so anti. He's not wearing a mask. He said, let me make this clear. I'm not buying an effing mask. I've made it this far by not buying buying into that damn hype. That's what he said. I'm not sure when he posted. Oh, he posted this April 28th. You guys, he died last Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Due to complications of COVID-19. So I just don't know. I don't know what it'll take for people to realize that this is not a game. This is really serious. This is not funny. Did you notice that today the occupant went to the Walter Reed Hospital?
He had a mask on. I saw that.
I was in a state of shock. My sister said, what's he wearing one now for? I'm like, right. I was in a state of shock. I'm like, the man has a mask on. But, you know, I'm glad that maybe now he's thinking that this is serious. I don't know. I just think that we need to take it seriously. All of us collectively, and our communities in particular should take it very seriously. But all of us collectively, I was in a state of shock that the Disney World opened with the numbers that are flying through Florida. I think they said 10,000 cases were diagnosed, like, I think yesterday, the day before in Florida. I mean, the numbers are ridiculous in Florida. And Disney World is the happiest place on earth, but it won't be when collectively all those people get sick.
It's even worse than it was in March and April.
Right. And that's what I'm like. It's supposed to be getting better, you guys. We're supposed to be on the bottom of the curve. The curve goes like this, and it's supposed to come down, you guys, not keep going, not go back up.
I wonder what like places like Italy and like European countries are doing differently.
I mean, honestly, I know that it's compliance. It has a lot to do with compliance. You have to be compliant. You have to wear masks. You have to wash your hands, social distance. Now, you know, I watched something the other day. Was interesting because they were saying, is it safe to use public restrooms? And so they said, if you have to use a public restroom, it's fine. But what you should do is make certain that you wash your hands and don't touch things if you don't have to. So when you go even in the stall,
Use your elbow.
Use your elbow, get in the stall and use your elbow to knock the lock on if you can. Or if you carry tissue and, lock it, whatever. And then most people flush the toilet by stepping on it anyway. I'm just saying, most people do. And then he said something very interesting. He said, if you put sanitizer on your hand and then touch the door, that protects you as well.
Interesting.
Right. So he was like, if you do that, and then the dryers, they said, as long as no one is in there coughing, it is safe to use the dryers. So I was like, this is interesting. And this was at Grand Central Terminal, which, as we all know,
one of the busiest.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So, I was like, well, if you can use the bathroom in Grand Central Terminal, then clearly you use the bathroom anywhere. Now I had to do a road trip, which they've actually said is one of the safest ways to travel right now. If you do have to travel, is a road trip. I did a solo road trip, so clearly wasn't nobody in the car with COVID. So, but I had to go to the bathroom. I made one stop and I went to the bathroom and I was sanitizing, washing hands and overwashing and everything. And I literally just went to the bathroom. I didn't buy anything. I didn't do anything else. So I made it very quick. But I also, when I got to my destination, I literally came in the door and went and stripped and took a shower and threw my clothes. And yeah,
that's my routine. Like whenever I come home from work, I don't do anything. I literally come up the stairs and go straight to the shower and the clothes go straight in the washer. So just have to be really careful, not the time to let your guard down. And even at work, like I think that's one place where we let our guards down because they're our friends, they're our colleagues, but they could also be COVID-19 positive and be asymptomatic carriers. So when you're at work, still, if you can, do the 6 feet social distancing as well as wear your mask.
Eva, 1 second. Everyone, if you please, because I see we do have some people watching, please say hello. Please say hi. We're friendly. And so Eva said, I read something about flushing the toilet being an issue. So I think the only thing with flushing the toilet is if you're going to stand over it and, because they've said for years that particles do come up from the toilet, which is why I am the queen of toilet seats. I put down the toilet seat before I flush. That's just something I do. I do that in my own place when it's just me anyway. So, and obviously when you're in public bathrooms, you don't usually have a toilet seat, but I think it's, flush with your foot. And when you flush with your foot, obviously you can't stand over the toilet at the same time, unless you're like Eva's lovely daughter, Eden, and you're a gymnast and she's a rhythmic gymnast and she's very flexible. She could probably do that. But me, if I throw my leg up there, I'm standing at the door probably doing it. So yeah, just don't stand over the toilet. But honestly, I mean, it's your excrements that are going in the toilet. So I guess, I don't know. I wouldn't be so concerned about that as I'm concerned about making sure that whomever's hands was on the toilet, on the door when you came in and all of that stuff, I would be concerned more with that.
So yeah, I had to go to the dentist yesterday and, they changed their protocol. They, how when you get your teeth cleaned, they use like this water spray thingy. They didn't do that because of aerosolization. Yeah. So
Eva's like me. I don't need any excuse to fall because it would happen. I understand.
No, that doesn't look good. Not a good look.
I get it. And then there's Texas. Oh my God. I mean, just listening to, we have some colleagues that are ER doctors in Texas, OBs in Texas, and they are just like, it is ridiculous. Like literally people are having to sit in the chair in the ER because there are no beds left. There's no beds. And there was somebody, did you see in the group, somebody had asked a question. They had a sick relative and they were going to leave AMA because they didn't have a bed for them and they had to sit in the chair in the ER. But this person was sick enough that they needed to be in the hospital.
Wow.
So if you need to be in the hospital because you have severe, you have chest pain, you're, look, as Kelly will tell you, your blood sugars are through the roof and you have already passed out and your family has tried to revive you, meaning that you are hyperglycemic or something. You've had some sort of attack because you didn't take care of your sugars. please just go to the hospital. They will take care of you. You're just going to have to probably not be in the most comfortable place to be taken care of. Eva said it's like we're back at the end of March, beginning of April. It is. It is. Here in the state of Michigan, she has not taken us back a phase yet because she's just praying that everyone will please do what we're asking them to do. So then they don't have to go backwards. But I just have food delivered. I'm still not trying to go anywhere. You all saw I did a live on Friday. I had to go to the mall because I wouldn't be here live with you right now because my computer charger decided to die. So I had no choice but to go to the mall. But I will tell you, kudos to 12 Oaks Mall. One, there was like nobody in there. Two, the Apple store was on top of things. Okay. They did a health screening asking me all of the questions. They also took my temperature. And this is what they do for everyone. And everyone had masks on. And when you got in the store, it was 6 feet distancing. It wasn't like a usual Apple store visit. Literally, I was at that long table and the next person was more than an arm's length away. So, do you want to know what this is, you guys? I put equal signs on my arm. I burnt my arm. And so thank you, Dr. Tracy. And she's a burn specialist and she told me what to do. And so this is the treatment that's going on with my arm here. And we're just prayerful that I don't get scarred for life. Like, where is it at? Oh, you can't see. It's right there. But it's being blocked by this. But there's a tip of an iron right there. So, yeah. Clumsy is as clumsy does. But yeah, they were really good at the store and I was very happy and it was a very quick process. I was there before the doors open, which is why it was probably so fast too, because I didn't have an appointment. But I was there before the doors open and got in and got out. There is a chance I'm going to have to go back. But like I said, the Apple store, I'll be there before they open. And that was a pleasant experience. I stopped at the cookie store on my way out and they had plexiglass up and I had to deal with her through a slot, which is fine. Like I said, she had a mask on and so did I. No complaints. Got my cookies and left. So if you have to go, I still haven't done the grocery store. I had to go to CVS obviously to purchase this stuff for my burn. So I haven't done the grocery store because I just think that's too many people in too large of a space. But if you have to, I understand, but please just follow the rules and, pay attention to social distancing. Try not to be down the aisle with 30,000 people, try to, if you can, try to shop when nobody's there, if you can. But honestly, Instacart, if you want my link, I can get you $10 off your first purchase. Who else? Amazon Prime, all these people, they need money anyway. So you might as well just, the driver.
Yeah, Amazon has been killing it the last couple of months.
Have, especially, like I said, Instacart and Amazon Prime drivers, they know that Prime Now, they know me because I ordered a lot. It was a great experience, Eva. So yeah, what else is there? What else? We're going to skip over the pink elephant in the room. You all saw the Red Table Talk. If you didn't, you need to just Google Red Table Talk and you'll figure it out. But complete sidebar, something we never talk about, but I am so excited to see Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Alabama. It comes on tonight on OWN. I just don't know what to do.
That's the first episode of this new season?
Yes.
I think I caught up on the recap, like all of the different couples and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm very excited to watch that. Eva's so terrible. Eva, she will get us in trouble, Kelly. Do you see what she said? Why are we skipping that? Because we're not talking about that, okay?
It was painful to watch. That's all I was saying.
It was. You know what? All I have to say is that Eva's in a fabulous marriage. Her husband is wonderful. Kelly and I being two single nistas, I just pray to God that we are never in the position that they are in, because I don't want any, Kelly. I don't know about you, but I don't want any. I don't want my husband to be that uncomfortable. I don't want to be that uncomfortable. I don't want any. Eva didn't watch it. She over here. Why are we not talk about it?
The thing had literally 7.1 million views in the first 5 hours.
The most views on Facebook Watch in 24 hours ever.
Everybody, their mama wanted to see what was going on.
for 24 hours.
The what?
It was 12 million views in the 24 hours, I think they said. Yeah. Alicia just read it to me earlier today. So, yeah, it was crazy. But like I said, I don't want no parts of that. I'm glad for them that they were able to work it out. Oh, I'm so glad for them they were able to work it out. If you want to watch it, you guys, this is 12 minutes. It's really not long, which was another blessing because I felt like if it was an hour red table talk, it would have been painful. But it wasn't that bad because it was only 12 minutes. But yeah, it was just a lot of hurt people and hurting people, and it was just a sad situation. But my sister, what we said, I said was, I'm glad that the truth is out. Truth shall set you free, they say. So let it be. And Eva says, couldn't be me. Nope, nope, nope. But you know what? This is a great segue. Kelly has a fabulous program. Maybe, you know, Jada needed it. Tell them about your program, Kelly.
So basically, I help high-performing women overcome past hurt to have a happy and healthy life and relationship. So what I found is that a lot of successful women, like we kill it in our jobs, at the boardroom, in the exam room. But when it comes to our relationships, we are a hot mess. And, you know, Jada made a point about, you know, her looking for someone to fix so that she would feel better about herself rather than she fix herself. And how many of us ladies like to how you have to build a bear store in the mall? We like to build a man, like to swoop in and become their mama, help them with their CVs and find all that stuff. I'm not saying that we shouldn't support and help to, you know, each partner should basically push the other person, and basically we should move to a higher level because we're together, but not one person basically trying to fit somebody else. So I really believe that for us to have happier and healthier relationships, that we need to work on ourselves.
What's the website
for? Work with Dr. Kelly. If you go with that, you would get my free case study and then also an invitation to schedule a breakthrough call with me. Thank you, Dr. Renee.
Of course, of course. So yeah, so like I said, I think Jada could have used this at that time when her and Will were threatening the separation. She probably could have used this, and perhaps, you know, that could have helped them to heal that up a lot faster without having the entanglement.
Yes.
Okay, so my thing though is I am in a financial entanglement because of my student loan. So that's gonna be my turn. Okay. That's and you have a fan over here.
Thanks, Eva.
So yeah, so my entanglement is a financial entanglement. I don't want no other kind. And I'm gonna get rid of that one soon.
Amen.
That was weird. Okay. But yeah, so that was it, and that was all. Next week, week 18. So me and my cousins, real quickly, were just saying, I just texted them just 2 days ago and was like, you guys, did you ever think that we would be here now? Because honestly, we figured, okay, a month or so.
Renee. I think Christmas is gonna. I'm gonna be optimistic and not just say. I'm gonna be optimistic. Not gonna say that. Yes.
Kelly. Well, first of all, my birthday's August 30th. Could we be in phase 5 by August 30th? That was because I have places to go, people to see.
If my job allows me to go to Barbados for a year to work remotely, I will do that. Okay.
Well, we're gonna work on that, Kelly. Right? But Kelly, I did read just now. My cousin said something about Barbados, and I guess you have to get tested twice or something. Did you hear about this?
How do you mean tested twice to come there for the year?
I think so. Wait a minute.
I know they're making it.
Negative COVID rule pays off for Barbados. The twice negative COVID test rule put in place for persons arriving in Barbados from high-risk areas is paying dividends for the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Yeah. So basically, anyone who comes in on a flight to Barbados has to get tested at the airport or at least 3 days before. And I believe they have to get tested a second time. So there was a repatriation flight that came back maybe a week and a half ago or maybe 2 weeks ago. And when they first landed, only one person was positive. And they all got retested yesterday, and there are 5 new positives.
Okay, and what kind of flight is that? Could you explain that to those of us that aren't familiar?
So there were Barbadians who were kind of stuck in America for the last 3 months. So they called it a repatriation flight. And this was the second of those types of flights. I do believe they're opening up for just the usual tourism sometime at the end of this month, but they have a protocol in place about where you're coming from and what you need to do. And you can get a visa online. You get that health certificate online as well, too. It has to be from a reputable lab, not just any and every lab can test you. So they're really about their business. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. Now I know several people we both know that have been going to Jamaica now, and Jamaica not playing either. I did read something they were about to start leaning up on it. I think that video posted yesterday, and I was like, no, now is not the time. Now's not the time to keep. Like, I'm okay. As much as I don't want to have a nasal swab, dear Jesus, please let me have a cheek swab. I understand if I am saying I want to go, then I'm gonna do what I have to do to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna fight it. That's your rules. That's your rules, and that's why I'd feel safer over there than over here, because I feel like over here they're just running wild and they're not doing anything.
Everyone is doing what they want to do over here. That's the honest truth. So.
See, Eva said it. Jamaica isn't going to test everyone anymore, and that's what I'm saying. Don't go leaning on it now. You guys stay with it because it's worked. So stay with it. But yeah, I said I can't believe that we are, because I really thought this would be a 1 month thing, maybe 2 months. I never imagined that we would be in July talking about there's nothing going on there. Everything has been canceled.
I feel like summer's just like passing us by this year, you know?
Well, spring, I completely was inside the whole time. So I knew nothing about spring. I did not walk one step the whole time of spring, which is crazy to me. Summer, at least I have had a few good walks, but I hope to get some good miles in summer, but I can't believe that we are here. Why are we here? And I'm just prayerful, That's all I can do is be prayerful. But we really need leadership to lead and make the right decisions, because if you can nip this in the bud, then it wouldn't be unsafe for the kids to go to school in the fall, perhaps. But if you don't nip this in the bud, then that's insane. And you know what? My sister read something. She said, somebody said, if you can, it must have been some person that thinks they're a leader. If you can go to Home Depot, you can go to wherever, whatever, then the kids can go to school. And the person's rebuttal was, well, I don't spend 7 hours a day, 5 days a week at Home Depot.
Hugging someone else. Like one of my patients this week was a teacher, and she was like, how can you stop a kid from hugging each other? How do you keep a mask on like a 5-year-old for the entire day? Like, I
did an interview, I told you, for an article the other day about masks. And I said, what they're doing is, and actually I have a friend who, I won't call her out, but I have a friend, she posted on Facebook, she's been training her kids. So they wear their mask a little bit every day so that by the time school time comes, if they have to wear them all day, they will be accustomed to it. And I think, unfortunately, that's what's going to have to happen. I think, what I mean? Like, I understand that it'd be very difficult to ask a child to wear a mask all day. But if you can kind of gradually get them into it, just like those little kids that have to wear glasses. Can you imagine putting glasses on a 3-year-old? Because there are some 3-year-olds that have to wear glasses.
Right.
You get them used to it. And then they don't bother them. They don't touch them. Just like me getting my ears pierced. I got my ears pierced as an infant, but those people who get their ears pierced at 3 and 4, you don't want them to keep touching the earrings. You just have to, well. But we will see you guys next week, week 17. You guys can check out, just pay attention to my page. I have some Black Doctor Facebook Lives later this week, and so you can see those. And then I'm doing something else, but it's the following week. So we'll talk about that next week. So I will talk to you later. Bye.